Sadon, thank you for joining Renee's Creative Cafe. This is a show that focuses on the arts and artists' God-given talent. We strongly believe that you are your passion. And on today, we have a repeat guest. You guys asked for him. You said, hey, get this guy to come back. We love his business info. There's a lot of people that want to start their business. So here it is, Mr. Sadon Long.
Hey, how's everybody doing tonight? Thanks for bringing me back, Andre.
Hey, man, good to see you again.
Man, good to see you too.
We was together just recently. You had a lot of great information to offer up to the people. And let's give them what they want.
Amen.
Let's just dive right in, and you can tell us, how can people find the courage to find that passion to start their first business?
Well, I mean, let's be honest. It's hard to take that leap. We're conditioned to keep a job, we're conditioned to feed our families, and taking the risk is not in people's budget.
Right.
So what I recommend you do is, while you still have a job, you start testing your products. If you bake something, start with small little things like maybe a bake sale or maybe inviting friends over and do some product testing. Because see, once you start seeing whether or not there's a market for what you do, then you have a little bit more confidence.
Right.
You know, maybe write some short stories and have 10 or 15 people read them. Because when I wrote my book, I sent out the first chapter to like 15 people.
Okay.
And when it came back, then it was like, oh, this is good. We like this. We think people need this.
Right.
So I didn't really just jump right out there, quit my job, and start becoming an author, a speaker, a trainer, and a strategist. I took small baby steps, and I got small wins, and I started to adjust based on the feedback that I was getting.
Cool. I was taught. I did not exactly what you told me to. Oh, and not what you just said just now. What I did was I quit my day job.
Okay.
I had a cleaning business for 18 years. I loved it to death. It got me what I have today, put me in a wonderful position. But it wasn't my passion. They said if you work in your passion, you're actually not working. You're living in your purpose. So I did just that. I quit my day job. And I'm in it. And I'm just in it. And I don't have any regrets. Obviously, there's a difference between today's income and yesterday's income, but my future is more brighter. Because when I wake up, I'm happy. Also, I did what you did. We were in Indianapolis, we had a book signing, and I had the monster in uniform.
Okay.
And we did a read, and it went over beautifully. So we test the market. So ladies and gentlemen, listen to what he said. It works. Test the market. He gave his book out to 15 different people.
First chapter out to 15 people.
Right.
Let them read it.
Right.
Ask for their feedback. Ask if it made sense to them. And one of my friends was like, "It just sounds like a brain dump." And I was like, "Oh, okay. So I'm not really getting across the message that I want to." And it sent me back to the lab to work.
Right.
You know, a lot of times that feedback is the thing that's going to help you get your business fine-tuned before you mass market it. And when you mass market it, that's a lot of money that you're investing. So small tests, small wins, and that'll lead you in the direction you should go.
Indeed. When we were in college, we had what is it called? Oh, I'm having a brain issue right now. Surveys.
Right.
So obviously you can't survey the world.
Right.
And so people didn't realize that survey like 100 people, and let that the outcome of that survey be the judgment of, well, this product helps 50% of the people.
Exactly.
Not knowing it didn't help the whole world. So when you do small test markets, that's what it do. If you got 10 people at your church, we all go to church. You don't go to church by yourself, and then they know you, and it's the people that know you are the most critical.
Right. And one small little tip to the survey is test market the people you think are going to buy what you're selling. You know, one of the things about it is I didn't try to mass market it. I tried to find the niche of the people who are really suffering from things that my skill set could help. You know, because it makes no sense to try to talk to a crowd. Because when you try to talk to a crowd, really you're not talking to everybody. I think that's one of the #1 mistakes we make, is that we want everyone to buy our stuff. No, you want a specific group of people that your talents, your skills, your specific skills help. You know, for me, I deal with frustrated entrepreneurs who want to grow their business. But I work on the front end. I work on the things that you need before you start the business. How to get customers, how to have a direct line of revenue, how to market it properly so that you're able to get actual customers and not just likes. Because a lot of times we focus on awareness, but you know, like I know, if people are just aware of you but they're never buying from you, you're going to go out of business.
There you go. I believe that's called, ladies and gentlemen, drum roll, targeted marketing.
Exactly. But we take it one step further, because typically what your target market is going to say, how much money do they make, what gender, where are they from, but that's not why people buy. People buy because there's an internal issue that you're solving.
Yes.
So what we do at Sadon Long Solutions is we take it down to the why a person's buying. I go back to people going to school. Most people don't go to school because they want to go to school. They go to school because they want to be able to take care of their kids. Because philosophically, they know that they're not a good parent if they don't take care of their children.
Right.
So we're not trying to get an education. We're trying to take care of our kids.
Okay.
So now if I come to you and I say, hey, this is going to be a great tool for you to provide stable income for you and your family for years to come, and it just happens to be school, then now I'm not like everybody else. I'm unique because I'm speaking to that issue that you really have in your heart. So when you start to market to people's hearts and their real heart issues, then they'll start to buy.
Right.
And you won't have to do the begging.
Right.
Support my business, support black business. Because really that's the kiss of death, because that says that you don't know why people should buy from you.
Right. I like that. My mentor, we was at a restaurant, and we was going over the things that we need to do. They've been in sales for years.
Right.
And obviously my product has a immense amount of direction or attention in sales. And so at the end, I saw opportunity to sell sponsorship to the owner of the restaurant. So she gauged what I was doing, saw what I was doing, and then she strategically cut in because she saw the first thing that I did wrong. And so when we talked about it, she said, the first thing you need to do is find out what are their needs.
Absolutely.
And I dove right in because I looked at it this way. I said, I have an opportunity, let's jump in. And that works when you do the numbers game. But each individual wants to feel like they bought something, not that you sold them something.
Absolutely.
So she taught me how to give them what they're looking for once we discover what they're looking for. It's the same product.
Exactly.
No matter how it works, it's still a book.
Exactly.
So there's strategy in this.
Definitely.
What are the struggles they go through in doing this?
Well, the first thing when a person chases their passion or becomes an entrepreneur or wants to open a business is you have to understand that there is a huge knowledge gap between you and people who actually do this for a living. Because you spent the first 10, 15, 20 years of developing your product on your product. So your time, if you looked at it on a wage scale, 98% of it will be spent on product. It hasn't been spent on marketing. It hasn't been spent on sales. It hasn't been spent on how to develop revenue traffic.
Right.
So what we struggle with is how to pick the right stuff.
Right.
And when the right time to pick it is.
Right.
See, most people think, I'm about to start a business. I'm going to go get a website. I'm going to go get business cards. I'm going to go get flyers.
The basics.
Right.
Right.
But they don't even know if the product is any good.
Indeed.
They don't even have people in line who are going to buy the product.
Right.
See, the first thing you have to do is figure out who. Who's going to buy this product?
Indeed.
And once you figure out who's going to buy the product, then you build the product around that. And once you test market it, and once you figure out how the people are going to get it from you, is it going to be in a book? Is it going to be in an ebook? Is it going to be online? Then you start picking out which pieces of marketing fit that best. Because if I build a website, but I don't know who I'm marketing to, then what am I going to put on the website? And the one thing that people who do graphic design and flyers and all those things, they are not marketers. They're graphic design people. So they're not going to be able to tell you how to write the copy that'll make people want to buy your stuff. They're not going to be able to tell you how to market your stuff because that's not what they do. So for you, the first thing should be to sit down with someone who knows how to leverage your market and can help you really develop a real plan. And that's what we'll do. We'll sit down with you. Like I have a client right now who does travel. And we started finding all the influencers within the community who had followers, who had influence, who had customers already, and then started pitching them on having trips. So now, say Renee's creative writing group, vacation. So now you can do book readings on a cruise.
Indeed.
And you already have thousands of followers. So partnering with her, she gives you an opportunity to take your show on the road and beat the competition to the broader audience. But at the same time, she gets to book the travel and make money off of it.
What's your website real quick?
I am Sadon Long. It is at SadonLong.com. SADON, Long, LONG.com. If you can't find it, just Google me, SADON, Long, LONG, on Google, and all my information comes up.
Hey guys, we'll be right back after these commercial breaks, brought to you by Finish Line Auto.
All right. Shout out to Finish Line Auto.
Hey guys, we're back with Sadon Long, and we have a very informative conversation about business structure, beginning your business, how to discover your passion. Well, you have your passion, but how to discover how to make your passion work for you. And one of the things we hit on before the commercial break was putting our ducks in a row, and I'm using my terminology, of course. And so I want to talk about how you could take all this $1 million and put it in one lump of advertising and make $25 in sales. So, so in other words, how we make mistakes in marketing ourselves.
Okay. Well, again, we have to start asking ourselves, why would somebody buy from us?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a billion websites out there. People are going to see about 5,000 ads a day. So
Right.
what's going to stand out?
Mm-hmm.
What are the things that our marketing is going to do that's different? What are the offers that we're going to make?
Right.
See, a lot of us, we don't even understand that we're offering something in exchange for money.
Indeed.
And the higher the value of our offer, the better chance that somebody's going to give us money for it.
Right.
For example, with my book, I tell people if it doesn't help you within 6 months, I'll buy it back from you.
Right.
So really, reading my book and doing what's in it is a no-risk purchase for you.
And what's the name of your book?
My book is God Wants You to Dominate.
And how can we get your book?
You can go on Amazon or you can inbox me on Facebook at sadonlawn.com and I'll sign it and then I'll send it out to you.
For how much?
$15.
That's wonderful.
And I'll buy it back if it does not work for you or change your life in 6 months.
So your book gives detailed instruction on how to be a better business person.
It gives you a detailed instruction on how to become a high performer. It works in business, it works in career, it works in sports, because the 4 things don't change.
Right.
How you see yourself is very important. You and I see ourselves as entrepreneurs and businessmen, so we do the things that lead to business.
Indeed.
We have a really good mindset. We don't look at failure as a negative. We look at it as information.
Right, and lessons.
And lessons.
Indeed.
And one thing I'm really, really inspired by you is your strategy. Every time I talk to Andre, he's always talking about different avenues that he's exploiting, whether it be billboards or whether it be getting into the libraries or getting into the school system. So the book gives you strategies.
Right.
And then the other thing is it gives you vision. And I think one thing that we really struggle with is having a clear vision of what we're trying to do.
Right.
In regard to building a business. A lot of times people say, I want to help the community. Well, the best way to help the community is to have a thriving business that's open for the next 20 years.
Absolutely.
That can hire people.
Absolutely.
So whether you feel squeamish as a salesperson or whether you feel uncomfortable with talking about dollars and cents, you have to get over that because that's what's going to keep you in business.
Right.
We can't give everything away for free. And I know that's something that a lot of people struggle with. They want to give away their products. They don't want to charge people the price that they're worth, and they feel bad when people push back. But once you know what you're offering and you know the value of what you're offering, then you can stand on your price. Like right now, my clients are doubling their money. I had 2 clients last week, man, that just closed bills that are going to triple their business. So if you're tripling your business by sitting down with me, why would I give it away for free?
One of your clients contacted me.
Great.
And for my cleaning business. And so I was at the job, the location, and we didn't talk.
Okay.
Actually, they was contacting me through you. And at that time, I had nothing. But then I got a phone call, and a person was like, hey, I'm looking for, and I thought, like, if she hadn't been working with you, she wouldn't have this opportunity to gain more revenue from this contract, which is easy. It was so easy, I almost done it myself. But I'm out to clean the business, I'm out the game, and I got to stay true to my publishing company and my radio show. And so I immediately called you. We exchanged information. I talked with her. I gave her the full insight. What am I saying? He's telling the truth. If you work with him, because of his connections, he could call this person, he could call that person, so on and so forth. And now, the person that's listening that wants the free illustrations, well, you can't do that. You got to go through the publishing company. You can't ask the publishing company, hey, who does the illustration? No, you have to go through the publishing company. And so you have to stand your ground. You have to stand firm. So on one incident, we hooked the lady up. We gave her opportunity to make money. She made a statement. I'm going to give the lowest price possible.
Don't want to do that.
Indeed. I said, never do that. Give them what you're worth, stand by that, and when they haggle, just smile and say, well, that's the price. And they actually like that.
Exactly.
And so when they see you firm, and then they see your craft, obviously if you're in business for so long, they see your craft, then that's wonderful. But on the other side, don't try to cut somebody's legs off. and say, hey, how can I go around you and use your connects that you pay, but I'd rather pay them so I can save a buck or two. How would I grow? And so it's called karma. It's business karma. So you want to make sure that you lay roots in positive soil.
Exactly.
And that's how things go around. So, hey guys, listen to him. Go to his website, connect with him. He's on the show a second time because you asked him to be here.
And I'm thankful for you guys asking me back.
I really hope you guys are taking notes. What goals should they have?
Well, one thing that we have to do is we have to have daily goals, weekly goals, monthly goals, quarterly goals, and yearly goals. Now, we have to have daily goals just simply because we don't want too many days to go by without us checking on our business.
Right.
See, a lot of times, I interact on different business sites as well as my own, and I ask people, okay, what did you do today that leads to revenue? How many customers did you get today? Because one of the biggest mistakes that I made is early on, I just wasn't paying attention. So 2, 3, 4 days go by, you get wrapped up in being busy as opposed to productive, and now it's the end of the week, and bills are due, but you haven't created any revenue. Or you get caught up in other people's problems. See, when you're keeping track of what's going on from day to day, and it didn't happen for you on Monday, now when Tuesday comes, you have to look at Monday and say, well, what didn't I do yesterday? What have I gotten away from doing? What do I need to do differently to have a different outcome on Tuesday than I did on Monday?
Right.
And if you do that, then you'll start to have what you're supposed to have because you get better at the things you pay attention to.
Right.
If you pay attention to sales, then you know more about sales. If you pay attention to all my children, then you know about Luke and Laura. So what we want is we want you to get comfortable with knowing your numbers.
Indeed.
Am I trending in the right direction? Am I trending towards the dollar goal that I have for myself for the year?
Does goals equate to structure?
Well, the structure forces you to be more strategic in reaching your goal.
Okay.
So for example, if my goal next week is to have 10 new customers, okay, let's break that down into 2 customers a day. Okay. Now, how many people do I need to contact each day in order to get 2 customers? Now, for one person, I might only have to contact 2 people. Now, for somebody else, it may 10, maybe 10, or maybe 15.
Okay.
So if it takes me 15 to get 2, but I only made 4 calls today, then I didn't get the outcome I wanted. Not because the devil is against me or because they're not supporting my business, but because I didn't stay with the structure needed to get my goal accomplished. So now, let's just look at people say, I want to make $1 million.
Okay.
Well, $1 million is $2,500 a week. Okay. If you only work 5 days a week, then it's $500 a day. Okay, so what do I need to do each day to make $500? Okay. You may be able to sell a product that's $4.99, sell one of them a day, and get to your goal. Because it's easy to find one person versus having to find 1 million people.
Okay.
So sometimes you might just have to build a product that somebody who has $500 is willing to buy.
Right.
Which is counterintuitive to what most people think. Just find a product that somebody will buy. It's like cleaning. Why would I clean toilets when I could clean hotels? Toilets may only pay $10 an hour, but if I clean hotels, they may pay me the larger amount.
Right.
So if I go for the bigger jobs and I set my business up professional enough that the bigger jobs are attracted to what I do, then I don't have to work as hard or as long.
We're going to pause for a commercial break, but when we come back, we're going to talk about removing the emotions from the sales. Sometimes we get so caught up in, oh man, they weren't listening to me, they weren't interested, and I want you to tell the people, how can you remove emotions from the business? These commercial breaks are brought to you by St. Augustine Episcopal Church. They got on me about that. Episcopal Church. Gary, Indiana.
All right.
And thank you for joining us. You are back with Andre Renee's Creative Cafe with Sadon Long. And we are now about to cover, which is very important actually, how to remove emotion from sales. How to remove the emotional aspect from sales.
All right. Well, there's an old saying that says, squeamish salespeople have thin kids. Yeah, first time I heard that, I laughed too. But the thing about selling, I think that makes people really uncomfortable, is that they don't understand the value.
Okay.
When you understand what the value of the opportunity that you're giving somebody and how it's going to change their life, then you realize that this isn't a win for you, that this is really more about a win for them. Someone who sits down with me, they're getting an opportunity to not only build a stable business, to not only triple their income, but to remove all the stress and struggle that comes with not having success.
Okay.
So if I sit down with you, we're going to talk about how 2, 3, 4 new customers a week is going to impact you over the next 90 days. So now it's not about me, it's about what the numbers say.
Emotion comes in different ways. For example,
Okay.
when I was at an outing, almost every time actually,
All right.
I have two types of people. You have a person that will read each book cover to cover.
Okay.
And the second type of person, you will have a person to take the book and crack it all the way open.
All
So
right.
when you crack it all the way open, that's a used book.
Yeah.
You can't sell that book.
Right.
So I tell them in the very beginning, I show them how to open it.
If you crack it, you buy it.
Indeed. Well, I say that in my mind, right? And what do? They sit it down with one hand, coffee in the next, or whatever they eat, and they crack it all the way open. And I can't say anything. So on the inside, I'm lava. I'm like boiling, like, what can I do? I can't do anything. Because at the end of the day, they may buy one book, they may buy 0. But you have to deal with this. So I had to control that emotion in the very beginning.
Exactly.
So emotion comes in different ways. So how would you, and it took me a while, actually it took somebody else to show me like, hey buddy, this is how you do this. So if we don't have that person to help, because God has blessed me with a lot of fortunate people, to say, I've been down your path, Andre. This is what you need to do for sales. What can a person do that's listen to the show now who don't have the resources people like you and I have?
Okay. Well, if you don't have the resources, figure out what people in your community already believe in you. Because those people, if they can recommend people, if they can get you into some rooms, that is an endorsement that you already have. A referral is the easiest of all sales because the person that refers them has already told them how great you are, has already told them that your product works, has already told them that they need to buy from you.
Right.
So find those people who already know how good you are and get them to become your evangelist, to become your spokesperson, and walk you in the doors that you wouldn't otherwise get into. Because, see, that's what your real friends will do for you. You know, Andre, he got me on the show, but I had him on my show. Twice.
Indeed.
So
Indeed.
when you have friends, do that. And if you don't have friends, start making friends.
Right.
You know, he who doesn't have a friend should show himself friendly.
Bible, you speak in Bible.
Exactly. So get out, go to some trade shows in your industry, start going to some events. One thing I used to do when I first got started, I couldn't get on the radio, is I would inbox people and just tell them, hey man, I know it's hard to find good guests, but I'm a good guest. These are the things that I'll do for your audience if you bring me on. And guess what? People started bringing me on. You know, shout out to Jackie, shout out to Chat Daddy. You know, those are people who believed in me very early. But I reached out to them. They didn't know who I was.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot of great information that came. Go to Andre Renee's Creative Cafe. You will have a video of this radio show. If you missed anything, you can take notes. This is a wonderful, powerful person. We are now coming to the segment of what would Jesus do, and we changed it on the fly because we had a conversation earlier, you and I, about pastors with the big cars.
Right.
So what would Jesus do if he was pastoring? Would he have the $60 million jet? Would he have the Bentley convertible? Would he have the Rolls Royce? What would Jesus do? What would Jesus drive? What would Jesus fly? And in my opinion, Jesus will have what he needs to do, bare minimum, to get the message across. The message is about salvation. The message is about forgiveness. The message is about love. It's not about what you drive.
Absolutely.
You want to chime in on what would Jesus do?
Well, man makes the car doesn't make the man.
Okay.
You know, so Jesus was the flyest thing walking in some sandals. So the one thing I think that we all should do and take from that is to look at how beautiful and carefully we were created.
Right.
So with that being said, don't worry about the trend. Do the things that work over the course of time. The people who are supposed to be around you will.
Indeed.
Amen.
Hey guys, thanks for listening. Remember, you need to be a statement of truth and a true statement. Also know this, you are your passion. Each and every Sunday at 6:30, check us out. Tune in. Andre Renee's Creative Cafe. We love your support. We love you. God bless you and yours. Thank you, brother.
Hey, man, thank you for having me out. God bless. Hope to see you again.
Copy that.